this is two separate things. Girlfriend, boyfriend relationship.
So we are familiar with him. I've seen his videos before. Him giving input on how men should treat women.
I could call up right now and say, hey, what's up? How you doing? How's work? I'm going to tell you what's on my mind, what I think about globally, global, local.
It's that time again where we ask the question, what's on Edigga's mind? Tune in as he talks about what's trending, celebrity news, community and political views, and so much more. So get ready to hear what's going on with your host, the man you all know and love, Edigga.
What is good? What is good? What is good, good people? It is I, the man that you all know and love, Edigga, and this is another great episode of What's on Edigga's Mind. That's right, right here in the studios of Charm City Direct TV. I am so glad to see all of you. I am so glad to be back. For those who don't know, I went on it was a vacation slash anniversary slash honeymoon slash birthday celebration slash getaway from Baltimore slash, what can I say? It was everything all rolled into one in the great city of New Orleans, Louisiana. That's right. We went there, my wife and I, along with her family, her cousins, her sisters, and we had a wonderful, wonderful time. So I just wanted to take this moment to do a little recap on our trip to New Orleans. But before I do anything else, you know me, I gotta play it. The views that are expressed on What's on Edigga's Mind is that of the show creator and not Charm City Direct TV network. Some language, videos, and content may not be suitable for young viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Now that we got that out of the way, good people, it is so good to see you back right here on Charm City Direct TV. If you don't know how to get to us, it's real simple. Go to Facebook at Charm City Direct TV. Go to Twitch, which we are live on Twitch at Charm City Direct TV. We are live on YouTube at Charm City Direct TV. And we are just all over the place, good people. So tune in. Make sure you tune in. Keep it locked to all of the new content. And of course, I cannot forget WLEO online radio, 26.7 online radio. Make sure you download the app, the Xenu FM app from Google Play or the Android App Store. Google Play, Android App Store, Apple Store, wherever you can find the app. Download that app and search for WLEO 26.7 online radio. Or you can go to the official website of WLEO at www. Let me just put that up there. Let's see. www.WLEO267onlineradio.com. Make sure you go there and check us out. We are live. We are doing it. We have great shows just about every day. We are filling up slots as we speak. Today, good people, like I said, just want to say it's good to be here. It's good to see all of you. And I am back home. I am back in Baltimore, but I just wanted to talk about our little adventure trip to the great city of New Orleans, Louisiana. Last week, we left on a Thursday, and it was everything. It was everything. It was a honeymoon, an anniversary, a wedding anniversary, birthday. Oh my God, Leo Nation. give a shout out to the Leo Nation. I mean, we showed up and showed out. It's just about everybody that was there was a Leo for real. And of course, I can't forget my cousins. Shout out to Brenda, shout out to Tony, shout out to my sister Tanya, Sheeta, of course, my beautiful wife, Linnea. I was the only guy. I didn't care. I was the only guy in the bunch. And we just had a really, really great time. It was so much fun. It was so much to do in the little time that we was there. And here they go right here. Here are those beautiful women that I was with for those days that I was with them. I was the designated bodyguard for the cousins. I was the cousins bodyguard for that week. And here I am right here with my cousin's bodyguard shirt. And it was a great time. It was a great time. I haven't flown in a minute. I used to fly a lot when I was young, and I haven't flown in a minute. So this is my first flight in a long time. I think the last time I flew was to Jacksonville, Florida. And that was the last time that I flew. And that was back in, oh my God, 2000. I can't even remember, but it was back there. And of course, when you fly in and you just fly in for the first time in a long time, you take pictures. You see what I'm saying? You take pictures, and the flight attendant, I had the phone up, and the flight attendant came past, and I caught it right there when I was flicking the phone up or about to take the picture. She was right there. She came right into the picture. So that was incredible. That was incredible right there. So ladies and gentlemen, like I said, our great trip, it was everything. It was everything. Anniversary, birthdays galore. What can I say? It was absolutely amazing. Yo, guess what, yo? For real. I got hair on my stomach, but I got little chest hairs and shit. Yo, look at this shit. Sorry. They ain't hear me? Yes, they did. Oh, chest hairs like right there and shit. Huge accomplishment. Huge accomplishment. This is bigger than the gray hairs. This is bigger than the gray hairs.
Make sure everything is completely underneath that seat in front of you. There should be nothing between your feet, nothing behind your legs, nothing between you and your neighbor. Everyone in your road says safe access through the main aisle without tripping over your back.
Yeah. Shout out to my gray hair, to my chest hairs. I got 3 of them. I am proud of my 3 little chest hairs. I got hair on my stomach, but I don't really have hair on my chest. I want hair. I want a beard. You see what I'm saying? I really want a beard. So if I need to say this before I say anything else. Now, if you're planning to go to New Orleans, there's a couple of things you need to know. Because before I went, there was a lot of people saying, you need to go. You need to go. Now that I've gone and I've experienced New Orleans, there's some things that you really, really, really need to know before you go. Well, number one, first and foremost, if you're not a heat person, if you cannot stand heat, if you can't be out in the heat for such a long time, don't go. Let me take that back. Rewind. Bring it back. If you're not a heat person and you can't be out in the heat, because we all know people got, heart conditions. Some people, they just can't, they just don't like the heat. Like me, I don't like summer no more. I was born in the summer. I don't like the summer no more. So if you do not like the heat, or if you have a huge heart condition, do not go to New Orleans in the summer. You see what I'm saying? Their hot is different. It is a disrespectful type of hot. I need to say that. Now, here in Baltimore is bearable. I guess, we live here. We are used to this heat, our heat, Baltimore heat. But New Orleans, that's a different type of heat, boy. Whoo, Jesus. And while we was walking, and that's another thing, but I'm going to say that and I'm going to get to that. We was walking, and that heat is something treacherous. That's as soon as you get outside, smack you right there in your face. Smack. Real disrespectful. I need to say that. So if you're not a heat person, if you do not like the heat at all, or if you have a heart condition, do not go to New Orleans in the summer. Bad move. Bad move. Wait until September, October, or November for that matter. Make sure it's kind of cool. Look at the weather. Now, I'm not saying that, I don't even know why we went, but I was just excited to go. And then once we got on the plane and we went there, I was like, why are we going in the summer? I know it's going to be hot there. You see what I'm saying? You just know in your head it's going to be hot. But nevertheless, number 2, if you don't like the walk, don't go. Because there's a lot of walking. Now, if you big balling like that, if you want to take your car, if you want to rent a car, that's fine. If you want to catch an Uber or Lyft, that's fine too. But if you're not a walker, don't go. Because now it all depends on where you stay. Because where we stayed, it was downtown. It was considered downtown New Orleans. But we was around Canal Street and Bourbon Street. And we all know the Canal Street, Bourbon Street, they are the 2 main streets that where's the party happens at. You see what I'm saying? That's party central right there. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not accustomed of walking, try to get somewhere close to where the action is. You see what I'm saying? And you will understand once you get there what I'm talking about. If you're fortunate to get a hotel around Bourbon Street, perfect. Because that's where the action is. If you're fortunate to get a hotel around Canal Street, because we was right around the corner from Canal. Like you could walk out of our hotel and go around and you was on Canal Street. Now, Canal Street leads into Bourbon Street. Okay. Like I said, that's where all the partying at. That's where all the drinking at, the bars, the restaurants. That's where all the action take place on Bourbon Street. So, like I was saying, people, that was one of the slushy spots. That was it, and it honestly, they had slushy spots. All it was like everywhere you turned, there was a slushy store. So let me talk about the slushies. Now, of course, it's hot. Everybody wants something cool to drink, right? So you go in there and they had slushy spots. Like I said, slushy spots was on pretty much every corner on Bourbon Street. So you go in, get a slushy, they put alcohol in it. So slushy, flavored, alcohol, perfect. And it's hot. And they had them every time, every way you turned around, there was a slushy. There was a bar everywhere, drinking everywhere. You see what I'm saying? That between food and alcohol, I don't know what was you had it. You had it. And that was another thing. If you are not a alcoholic, if you don't party, if you're not an alcoholic or you don't party like that, don't go to Bourbon Street. Now, if you want to go to Bourbon Street just to see what all the hype is about, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Be my guest. But I'm still saying, if you're not an alcoholic, if you just don't like being around that atmosphere, stay off of Bourbon Street. That's all I need to say. What stays in New Orleans? Yes. What happens in New Orleans stays in New Orleans. Y'all ready for the stroll? All right, we out. Yeah. So that was the same slushy spot that we was in, and of course it was Brenda's birthday. Brenda was the girl with the hat on, my cousin, and right beside her was her cousin Sheeta, and we were celebrating her birthday in the slushy spot. Like I said, good people, it was a lot of slushy spots in and around Bourbon Street. But if you don't drink like that, if you're not used to that atmosphere, if you're not used to people, stay away from Bourbon Street. Especially it kicks off, and it was funny because that's like that every single night. The guy said is worse on Fridays and Saturdays. You see what I'm saying? But we went there, like I said, we was there Thursday. We got there Thursday. We was on Bourbon Street Thursday, Friday. It was one day I did not go, but it's like that all the time. It's like that all the time. And it kicks off around, I say like 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. You just see mobs and mobs and mobs of people. So if you're not accustomed to people like that heavy, if you're not an alcoholic, if you don't like to party, I keep saying if you're not an alcoholic, no offense. It's some people out there that like to drink. If you're not accustomed of drinking like that, if you're not a person to party, stay away from Bourbon Street. It's okay to go to New Orleans. Stay away from Bourbon Street. Now, Canal, was a little different because Canal Street, like I said, have shops. They just have shops. And you get your shop on, you get your souvenirs, you get your eat on. You see what I'm saying? They had a really nice outlet mall that I did not go to, but my wife went to, and we took a ride on the steamboat for one I think was Sunday that we did the steamboat, and that was really, really nice. And this is the view. This video was the view that we saw from the steamboat, of course. So yeah, so we was on the steamboat, and the steamboat pretty much was a kind of like a guided, it was like a 1 hour tour on the river. I want to say the Mississippi River. Inside the boat, of course, you had drinks. Like I said, it was a bar everywhere. You had drinks, and then you had food, but you had to pay for the food. But other than that, that was pretty much it. And you go out on the deck, and you watch all the scenery and stuff like that. And then my wife and I, we had a great anniversary dinner in another part of New Orleans, which was very incredible. We sat out by the water on the dock, and we had a great, great meal. And this is the view that we saw. And then, like I said, it was water everywhere. It's New Orleans is made up of water. It is a lot of water that surrounds New Orleans. And the scenery was just incredible for me. If you're a person of scenery, if you like it, then pretty much you will see more water than anything. So this is the view that we saw while having our dinner. So that was the view that we saw. You had boats coming in while we was having dinner. People was enjoying, their dinner there. It was great, great, great scenery on the boat. And then we was able to do one of the streetcars. We got on a streetcar, and we went from one end all the way that it could take us, like all the way towards the end. And we saw some of the most beautiful houses that we could see. And these houses were huge. And, when you see houses that big, you just think, oh, that's a business. But these were homes. People actually lived there. And this is what I'm talking about right here.
At this. That's fine, babe. Look at this. This can't be nobody's house.
And welcome back. You just saw, like I said, it was some huge houses that were that we saw on that streetcar that took us from one end to the other. We rolled all the way there, came back, and you'll be amazed of how big the houses were. And also the food. The food was very good. The only thing is that, you know, if you did not have a reservation, you was pretty much screwed. You would have to wait, and the normal time, it of course the wait times varied. Uh, the most that we waited was like 30 minutes, and the reason for that is because it's New Orleans, and you know a lot of those places were, you know, heavy regarded as, you know, the must go to spot. You know, when people say, you know, you got to try this place and you got to try that place when you go, and you try, you know, that adds up. And one particular place, the Cafe du Monde, which is famous for their beignets, which is quite a, you know, the number one delicacy there in New Orleans. Oh my God, the line when we got there was like so long wasn't the word, and you had to get there early, you know, and especially if it's hot, you know, you're standing out there, you waiting, and it's hot, so you just getting all these added bonuses. And all the other places that people recommend, you know, of course they go. But there was one place in particular I need to shout out, and it's called Two Chicks. It's called I think it's called Two Chicks Cafe or Cafe Two Chicks. They had some of the best food. One, it was fresh. Two, it was great. We ate there twice. We was fortunate to get there on time, and that was a place that was recommended. And so, but it was real small, so I understand it's real small, and plus it's recommended, so a lot of people of course want to eat there. So we got there and we sat down. Of course, it couldn't accommodate all six of us, but they were able to accommodate us. Some of the girls, the cousins, were in the back. Me and Linnea was up front, and the food was incredible. The atmosphere was amazing. The service, very, very amazing. And I need to say, if you like good food, if you like delicious food, fresh food with great, great customer service, go to Two Chicks. That's all I need to say. And there was another place called Felix. So somebody had recommended Daisy Dukes. It was a little cafe that pretty much, and they that was another thing that someone said to us. They said, you know, after a certain time, all of the good food is gone, and you got to settle for hot dogs, chicken fingers, and hamburgers. So who goes all the way to New Orleans and eat that when you can have it here in Baltimore? So at a certain time, they stopped selling all of the good food, and you have to settle for that. So, of course, we did just that. We went to Daisy Dukes. The line was wrapped around the corner. But then it was a little shop right next door to Daisy Dukes. I just so happened to slide over and open up the door, and the lady asked, "How many is in your party?" I said 6. And she said, "Well, I got a table right here. Just let me clean it off and y'all could come on in." And they had some great, great food. And I'm talking about seafood, oysters, alligator. That's another thing. I tried alligator for the first time. To me, good people, it tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken. I guess if they fix a rat right, it'll taste like chicken. So alligator tastes like chicken, good people. It was good. It was really good. But the type of season of everything, of course, has seasoning, Creole, and your spices. I'm not a real big spice salty person. That's just me. I didn't choose to eat it, but I did try it. It was great. So alligator, gotta try it. Gotta try it. You gotta try the beignets, and you gotta try the alligator if you are planning to go to New Orleans. Um, so that was about it, good people. My experience in New Orleans was awesome. I had a great time. We did just about everything that we set out to do, all but to go to the cemeteries. Now, the cemeteries there are a little bit different from the city cemeteries here because their plots are huge. There is an explanation for that, but I forgot. And we were going to go on the tour, but we kept missing, the times. But I just want to say shout out to my cousins, shout out to my sisters, shout out to my wife for having me included in this trip. And I would go back. I would go back because a lot of New Orleans reminds me of right here in Baltimore. So if you're planning to go to New Orleans, that's a couple of things to remember. If you don't like the heat, do not go to New Orleans in the summer. You will definitely pass the fuck out. I need to say that. If you're not a alcoholic, or if you just don't like drinking like that, if you don't like large crowds, if you just don't like that concert type feel of people, stay your ass off of Bourbon Street. Canal Street is cool. Canal Street is cool. Stay your ass off of Bourbon Street at around 5, 6, 7. After 5, stay away. Before 5, I think it's good. Put it like that. And also, if you're not accustomed of walking, depending on where you're at in New Orleans, catch an Uber, get a ride, get your own ride. And that's another thing before I go. We pretty much kind of learned the bus system there because they do have point A to point B. But if you're there long enough to figure that out, then use that. Ask questions. People that generally live in New Orleans, and that's another thing. Oh my God, the hospitality there in New Orleans was amazing. We did not encounter any rude people while we was there. Everyone was just so nice. Everybody, from the Uber drivers to the waitresses that was in the restaurants. Now, if you was if you was a rude person to them, if you was rude to them, of course they're going to be rude to you. But if you're nice to them, they be nice to you. You see what I'm saying? So we did not encounter any rude person while we was there. Everybody was so open, so accommodating, and so supporting. We asked questions. They was more than welcome to give us food recommendations, giving us places where we can eat, giving us places where we can go, what not to do, where to go, what not to go, and things like that. So the hospitality was definitely there. You see what I'm saying? So that was my trip to New Orleans right here on What's on Edigga's Mind. I just had to share that with all of you out there. And of course, I'll be back next week, same time, same station. Keep it locked right here, Charm City Direct TV. We are the heartbeat of the city. And of course, I holla at you. Where's my cursor? Okay. I holla at you when I smile at you. Peace.